The Paladin's mission is to defend the vulnerable, bring justice to the unjust, and fight evil from the world's darkest corners. These holy warriors are armored to face even the most formidable adversaries, and the light's blessings allow them to cure wounds and, in certain circumstances, even bring the dead back to life. The Paladin is a hybrid class that can perform all three primary functions: healing, tanking, and DPS. They wear plate armor to severely reduce damage and have powerful defensive powers. They have auras, blessings, and seals that give important benefits for other players. Paladins are known as Holy Knights, or Blood Knights in the case of the Blood Elves. Sunwalkers is a term used by Tauren Paladins to stress their connection to the sun, notably Nashie. Paladins have the ability to wear plate at the start of the game. Paladins have the ability to employ a shield. Paladins wield one- and two-handed axes, maces, swords, and polearms. Paladins are outstanding tanking heroes that excel at attracting and retaining the attention of many monsters at once with reactive threat skills like Consecration. Paladins also have some of the most mana-efficient, low-threat healing spells in the game, allowing them to easily fill the role of main tank healer in a group of raid. Despite the fact that Paladins lack area of effect healing skills, their healing efficiency makes them excellent endurance and combat healers. They now have a heal over time ability thanks to the addition of Eternal Flame. Exorcism, Holy Wrath, and Turn Evil are among the Paladin's abilities intended particularly for use against undead and demonic enemies. For the purposes of fairness and balance, undead does not include Forsaken players, who are classified as humanoids. Paladins are known for outlasting their opponents and adapting to a multitude of scenarios in PvP. They are a difficult target to take down, with plate armor, a shield, and the ability to heal oneself and friends, and a near complete invulnerability every few minutes. Paladins can also deal a surprising amount of burst damage, and stuns and other such abilities are quite useful. Paladins are excellent support characters, boosting and healing allies while surviving opponent attention and contributing a fair, if not outstanding, amount of damage. Due to the class's dependence on a single school of magic, these warriors of the light are not invincible and are particularly vulnerable to silence and interrupt effects. As a result, dispel effects are effective deterrents. While Paladins have several benefits, mastering the class requires a lot of multitasking and close attention to detail. Inexperienced players may find it difficult to balance them as a whole due to their hybrid function. Paladins are noble protectors of the vulnerable and unflappable foes of the undead. The Paladin is a strong melee fighter who combines characteristics of the warrior and the clerics of the Holy Light. A fighter of the Holy Light, as the Paladin is known. They defend all that is pure and true in the world and despise everything that is wicked and dark, especially undead and the Burning Legion. They provide aid to the besieged and slay their foes with a holy zeal. They are especially effective against undead, as these monsters pose a threat to the good races and the Holy Light severely burns them. Paladins despise all forms of evil, but they concentrate their energies on slaying undead and demons. These warriors protect their groups from any attack while upholding the ideals of the Holy Light. These brave fighters of religion, who may be seen combating evil and savagery in nearly every part of Aswell, never let up their watch against demonic forces from beyond the dark portal. Paladins are the epitome of goodness and selflessness when it comes to protecting their people. They assist the good and punish the bad. As a result, Paladins are typically well aligned. Some Paladins' eyes shone with inner light during the Second War, such as the Paladin Turalian. This isn't true for all Paladins, but it does happen with some Paladin armor sets in-game. Paladin's code demands that they obey legal authorities, act honorably, assist those in need, and punish those who hurt or endanger innocent people. While they may go on adventures with people from other groups, they will never intentionally interact with bad people, nor will they continue to do so with someone who repeatedly violates their moral code. Only good-intentioned henchmen, followers, or cohorts may be accepted by Paladins. However, what they consider moral may differ. A Paladin stays a Paladin as long as he or she believes in themselves and their final objective. As the Scarlet Crusade and others have shown, Paladins do not necessarily have to work for good or neutral groups. Nevertheless, they must think that they are working for a good organization or have confidence that their cause is good and right. Paladins may be wicked, as Renaud Mograine and Arthas demonstrated before he took up Frostmourne, but the light will continue to serve them as long as they think their cause is right. In the Second War, the devout clerics of Northshire who experienced such awful attrition during the First War were ill-suited to the hazards of battle, according to Archbishop Alonsus Fowl. He sought out individuals of only the highest virtue among the Lordran chivalry and educated them in the arts of magic, along with several of the remaining clerics of Northshire. It fell to these paladins, led by Uther the Lightbringer, to treat combat wounds and restore confidence in the promise of freedom from Orcish oppression. They were dubbed the Knights of the Silver Hand. After the Second War, the Holy Paladins spearheaded the charge against the Orcs, saving Lordran's lands from destruction. Despite the fact that it had been 15 years after the Second World War had ended, Paladins continued to fight selflessly to preserve mankind from devouring fangs of evil. These great warriors used their warhammers and holy fire in combat against anyone who would trample the meek and innocent, aided by the light. In the Third War, until the Plague, the Knights of the Silver Hand were at their peak. Because Paladins were immune to the Plague, many members of the Order escaped the Scourge's initial assault. When Uther refused to help in the cleansing of Stratholme, Prince Arthas Menethil dissolved the Order of the Silver Hand. After being lured by the Lich King's might, Arthas slaughtered numerous Paladins including Uther upon his return from Northrend, leaving just a few survivors. Following the Scourge's invasion, many of the Order's Paladins joined the Scarlet Crusade, a fanatical organization of light followers. These Paladins grew so obsessed with destroying the Scourge that anyone who didn't wear their colors was considered tainted. Others chose to become members of the Argent Dawn. Some Paladins also deserted the light and became Death Knights with Arthas Menethil. Others escaped to the Kingdom of Stormwind in the south. Under new leadership in the Cathedral of Light in Stormwind City, Paladin Order, still known as the Order of the Silver Hand, flourished. Over time, adherents of the Holy Light extended their ideology to the Ironforged dwarves, who quickly accepted the Order's principles. The Knights of the Silver Hand began to recover after being destroyed. Turian Forging promises to restore the ancient order in a World of Warcraft questline, which subsequently combines with the Argent Dawn to become the Argent Crusade. The Order of Blood Knights is made up of Blood Elf Paladins, whereas the Knights of the Silver Hand are made up of human and dwarven Paladins. Draenei Paladins are now part of an organization known as the Hand of Argus. Paladins of the Draenei get an Elec, same how the Tauren get a modified Kodo. Tauren are the Horde's second race to be able to take up the position of Paladin as of the Cataclysm expansion. Sunwalkers are the name given to the Tauren Paladins. They get a Kodo mount as a reward. Pony Brightmane, who is thought to be the first Tauren Paladin, may be found in-game on the Elder Rise in Thunderbluff. She and Tahu Sagewind discuss how druids can draw strength from the moon and how she can pull power from the sun. Paladins are one of the only classes that, depending on their specialization, may perform any of the 3 primary tasks necessary in group or raid play. For tanking, Paladins with the defensive specialty have a greater capacity to tank opponents. Paladins are well known for their ability to tank a large number of opponents at once while still producing a high level of danger. Tanking as a Paladin used to be mainly dependent on reflected damage, however it is now possible to produce multi-target danger. Paladins are among the finest tanks in the game, with to their high threat generation and excellent stamina scaling. For damage, Paladins may greatly improve their damage output while also offering a lot of unique raid usefulness with the Vengeance specialization. And for healing, Paladins with the Holy specialty can boost their healing abilities even further. The most significant talent in the Holy specialty, Beacon of Light, allows a Paladin's direct heals to be reflected to a friendly target. Due to the huge output of Holy Light combined with Beacon of Light, Holy Paladins are often recognized as the best tank healers in the game. And that is a complete overview of the Paladin class. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.